job card template is all about ensuring that you have control over each job and that ultimately each job is profitable. So it's a very simple template here, but also very powerful. So the person who owns this job card is whoever the leading hand is for a particular job. They should be given this job card at the start of the job, which outlines obviously who the job's for and some of the stages and allowed hours. Now, with this job card, where do we start? So what you'll be doing before you obviously go to the job, before you actually give this to a leading hand, you'd set out the job information, okay, which is pretty self-explanatory. Job name, job number, job address, who's a contact on site, commencement date, and then the leading hand. Who's the leading hand? So in this instance, I'm saying it is Bob Johnson, okay, so he's my leading hand. Now I'd be sitting down with Bob before the job. I'd be saying, Bob, okay, here's the stages. Okay, here's the stages that we've structured the quote in and the associated hours. Underground, okay, all the underground works, 25 hours, rough in, fit off, testing, sign off, and so on. Okay, so this is about transparency to give all your team to understand these are the hours that we need to allow for or work towards at each of the different stages. Okay, now once we get started, then it's up to Bob, the leading hand, to start to complete the information. So during the course of the stage, okay, then he will be adding in the dates, what stage they're working on, just a quick overview of what has been done, start time, end time, and then put in the total hours. Now, obviously, once he then completes a full stage, i.e. like the underground stage, so the underground stage within that's been totally completed, the underground stage, he will then add in that, okay, the total hours for that. So he'll add in up on the top there, a running report. Currently, it took 28 hours. So at the early stages from the underground point of view, we know we're already 3 hours over. Okay, we're already 3 hours over our allocation. Now, how do we get that back? Can we get that back on other stages? But the whole thing about it from a transparency point of view is that all the team understand that, okay, we've got to work harder to get back on track. And for the business owner point of view, really important to assign accountability to your leading hand. And in this instance, it's obviously Bob. Then, in a simple way too of tracking the amount of material as well. So as we get going, they just put in there the purchases towards that particular job. And again, it's about giving them ownership as well throughout the job, so that they can track it as well. And obviously, this will be then these supplier invoices will be going against your budgeted material component. And then at the end of the job, obviously, when it gets submitted, then we get Bob to sign off on it and date it, say, bang, there you go, that's what was delivered, and he owns it. Okay, so this is very much a clear exercise in understanding actual versus budget, and to ensure that the team is switched on in terms of what needs to happen to make the job productive and profitable.